Hey guys, CL Cannon here from Fiction Atlas Press, bringing you another monthly marketing tip. And today, I want to talk to you about BlueSky and how to get started on this exciting new platform. So first of all, some of you may be wondering what BlueSky is. BlueSky is a social media platform developed by Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, and many are calling it a Twitter alternative. And it acts very much like Twitter of old, which, let's face it, is pretty refreshing. So, why are people flocking to BlueSky, and how is it different from the now X'd out Bird app? And here are a few reasons. BlueSky is open source, which means it's much less likely to be sold off to evil overlords. BlueSky also gives control of user data to the most important people, its users. There are currently no ads, as you can see. So you won't be inundated with advertisements for products that may be embarrassing, unrelated, or just plain annoying. This may change in the future, but for now, it's a wonderful break from just about everywhere else on the internet. BlueSky also does something beautiful that content creators and anyone who has something larger than 300 characters to share loves. They don't penalize links. As you can see right here, I have a bunch of links. A post with a link gets the same opportunity to be seen as a text or an image post on BlueSky, which means that getting people off the platform and onto your content is actually worth the effort for once. If you want to see an example of this, I highly recommend watching Hank Green's Twitter and Threads have made a huge mistake video over on YouTube, where you can see the platforms performing side by side. And also, at the end, he plays connections, which is always fun to watch Hank do. BlueSky also serves up posts in chronological order instead of being based on a set algorithm. You can also change this in your settings by going to settings and then going to content and media and then going to thread preferences. And you can have it go hot replies first, oldest replies first, newest replies first, most liked, or random. You can also prioritize your follows, and there's also an experimental view you can do. So again, you can change that in your settings, and you can decide how you wish BlueSky to display your home feed. Speaking of feeds, you have options. There is a following feed that will display posts from people that you're following, or a discover feed that will help you discover posts from users that you aren't currently following. There's popular with friends, and then there's all of these other feeds, and you can customize which ones show up here. One of the ones that usually comes up for me is this sci-fi spec fic or a books guy writing in books. I have a lot of my favorite ones saved over here. You can actually go over here to more feeds and hit edit, and you can edit which ones show up where. You can pin some, find new ones. Over here is where you're going to find your more niche and specific feeds that are created by other users, or you can also make your own if you know how to code, or if you can follow some basic directions on a feed creator like Button Down. There are already several feeds to choose from, and you can arrange them in your home view to suit your interests. Unlike the Bird app, BlueSky has content moderation that is fair, with the ability to block a user or report harmful content and have something actually done about it. Currently, if you block someone on Twitter, yes, we're never calling it X, that person can still see all your posts. And while they can't interact with you directly, they can interact with your followers and your commenters, which really kind of defeats the purpose. Need some place to get started? Well, you're in luck because BlueSky has this very handy feature called starter packs. I've already made a few myself and find them incredibly helpful in trying to find and build your tribe. Here's one that I made. Starter packs are a collection of up to 150 users who share a common interest or goal. And anyone can make a starter pack, and it can be for anything. I have set up an indie authors starter pack, as you can see here. I also have a YA fantasy and sci-fi author pack and a horror authors pack, and I will be rolling out more soon because I am addicted. The thing that makes these so much better than lists on Twitter is that you can choose to follow users on the list one by one, or you can go up here and there's this handy little button that says follow all, and you are now following everyone on this list. In addition to seeing user posts, each starter pack host chooses up to 3 feeds to include. So for mine, I chose Writing in Books, BlueSky, and Writing Community, but you can choose whichever ones when you're making the starter pack. How do you get added to a starter pack? Well, as in the old days of the internet before things got so complicated, you just ask. You ask in the comments, and then the host of the starter pack will add you in at their leisure. You can find a list of starter packs by going to a website called theblueskydirectory.com. There you can submit your starter pack to be included and search for many more based on the keywords that you look up. This site also has just about any tool that you could possibly dream up for use on BlueSky. If you go to the homepage, so many things that you can use. If you're like me, you've been on Twitter for a while and you've established a following there. I've got almost 13,000 followers. And so it's going to be really hard to follow them one by one and try to find them and search for them over on BlueSky. But not to worry. There are tools that can help you find the same users on BlueSky. I recommend Skyfollower Bridge, but there's also Fetty Finder, Follow the Sky, and a couple of others. There are several tools for BlueSky and more emerge every day as the site grows in popularity. I'll leave some links in the description to some good resources to check them out. Here's one from GitHub that has all kinds of really cool things. So in addition to all that I just talked about, what is different about this social media platform from the ones that we already have? Well, people are having meaningful and productive conversations. Like this one about all the people that I stan. Bookish ships are really important. But also, seriously, people are having real conversations over here on the BlueSky platform. And even though it's still a little bit smaller than the Bird app, BlueSky is rapidly growing and it has more engaged users who are actually using the app rather than just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and not interacting at all. Twitter's also lost a lot of their power users, and power users are people who provide the content and therefore the value over there on Twitter, and they can now jump the ship to BlueSky. So why does all this matter in marketing? Well, having meaningful interactions is the best way to find new readers, to keep them, and to turn them into superfans. Turns out people like being treated like people, not numbers or dollar signs. Go figure. And that's my marketing tip for December. So, what do you think about BlueSky so far? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments. I hope that, regardless of your take, this video has helped you navigate some of the unknowns and urges you to try out new things. As always, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about today's tip or just marketing in general. You can email me at info@fiction-atlas.com with your questions, or you can check me out on my websites that are listed down here. I hope you have a lovely month, and I will see you next year. Bye.